Hello and welcome to the Sound Live. I am so excited. I got a great show coming up today. I got 3 special guests. I've got 5 videos lined up for reaction, including Alip, Paul McCartney and friends, Ayreon. This is going to be an incredible show. Everyone stick around. But in the meantime, the stream begins at 1:30 Pacific time. So while you're waiting for that half hour to hit, enjoy some Mellify. You can find This Is My Band. You can find me at mellify.bandcamp.com or on YouTube, hashtag Mellify. Here we go!
time is the now is the 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 time is the
5, 4, 3, 2. Hello and welcome to the Sound Live. My name is Matthew and I am your host. I have an incredible show that's lined up for y'all today. There's a brand new Alip Bata that it just started erupting in my comments. We want this new Alip. We want new Alip. So the crowd has spoken. And I got a great show. Eve is going to be here in just a minute. But right now, let me introduce my first two special guests. Starting off with Jennifer Valaket. How you doing today, Jennifer?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Jennifer's a fellow music teacher like me. And Jennifer is a saxophonist and flutist. So I'm excited about your pick today. And you've been doing all kinds of new projects, haven't you?
Yeah, I just did a collab with Alip yesterday. That was fun. I did Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, I didn't understand your thumbnail. Why it had like Terminator or something on it.
Oh, it's Batman because that song is actually they used that in the movie.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
It's Batman.
Okay, I thought it looked more like Terminator to me.
Sorry.
Right on. Cool. And also with me today, I have Kyle Walz.
Hey.
How you doing, Kyle? Kyle's a singer-songwriter and a really cool guy. What's new in your world?
So I teach, and today was the first day with students. So it went really well. I've been at this 26-ish years, something like that. So it's been a couple minutes, as the kids say. But yesterday had this idea. I changed strings on a guitar. Mm-hmm. I'm playing around and I start writing all these riffs. Mm-hmm. Like you know how it is.
New strings, yeah.
Well, new strings. And then I've been playing with a band and I have this other amp that I don't really use. So I plugged it in to see if it worked. And of course, when you use gear you haven't used in a while, your creativity just is. So I started writing all these riffs. I was like, I need to do something with one of these. So my dad is 93 and he'll call, and when he calls, it takes a couple hours. So right in the middle of this, creativity that is just crackling all over, my dad calls. I'm like, oh, I got to do something. So as my dad is talking to me about baseball, I'm typing up these lyrics, trying to remember this riff. Anyway, so I wrote this song and actually recorded it. It was like 8:00 last night. I should have been going to bed at 9. I'm like, I'm going to do guitars. Like 5 minutes after, I'm going to add bass. It's like, I want to add drums. And I was like, this only took me 15 minutes. So I went ahead and recorded the whole thing and going to share that on my Patreon in a couple months. I've been sharing like at least one brand new song each month, a couple months too. So yeah, lots of creativity going on, which is cool.
Yeah, I had a burst of a couple of new songs come out, which is good. I hadn't had any for a while. It's necessary. So, man, it was crazy today. I had to, I was stalling here while we're waiting for Eve, y'all.
No worries.
So I had to return my daughter's iPad from her school today, and I did it on bicycle, and it was only like 7 miles or something. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's not too bad. But then my tires were really low. It was like low enough that every time I pedaled, I could feel it like going down. Right? That's not. So it took me like 150% effort to get there. And then I had to go out of the way to get the tires aired up after I dropped it off before I came back. Because like, there's no way I'm riding 7 miles back like that. Yeah. You know. So yeah, it was interesting, and then I stopped at this restaurant. I hit admit Eve, and she didn't come in for some reason. Zoom must have messed up. I don't know. But anyway, I stopped at this restaurant, and I was sitting there and I was waiting, and like I had been sitting at the table for what felt like 10 minutes. I don't know exactly how long it was, and they hadn't even asked me if I wanted a drink or wanted water yet. Yeah. And after riding my bicycle for 15 miles, I was freaking thirsty. And I didn't want to sit there and wait for 15 minutes just for them to, like, ask me if I wanted water. Like, I already knew what I wanted to order, like, and so I just had to leave. Like, so I don't have time for this, yo.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What?
and I busted. So I'm like fasting still.
Oh no.
Oh man, I've
Wow.
just been such a hurry today to try to make this. But it's not only for you, Kyle. It's also for you, Jennifer. So you could be here.
Yeah, no worries. And
So
I had
now-
an interesting work week if you want to hear about it.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Eve. Like she hit to come in, and now she's just never came in.
Yeah, hopefully it's not an internet thing.
I know.
'cause, you know,
Maybe.
that happens often to her.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I started to teach in person a few weeks ago,
cool.
and but I had to shut down already.
What?
I had like 2 or 3 students call out with COVID symptoms, and I'm just like, nope. So I told them all, I said, I'm just doing virtual. I have to, because my doctor won't clear me for the vaccine. So unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm back to virtual again. But
Your mic's just a little crispy. Could you pull it off just a tiny bit, Jen? Just
yeah, sorry. Actually, I have news about that. I'm having a new sound thing coming in tonight, actually. Hopefully I can set it up for tomorrow for streaming and stuff. So I'm excited.
That's better. That's better.
Is that better?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was just a little crispy.
Yeah, so I got this new recording mic for PCs and Macs, so hopefully it'll work in the Mac. It says
It's
it does.
crispy again.
I don't know. I'll have a better mic tomorrow, I promise. I'll have a better one tomorrow.
Just I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Eve. Trying to
try-
get the show going here. Trying to get the show on the road.
Is this better?
We're not going to be able to. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess we're muting.
Yeah, I mean, so.
Where's Eve? What's going on? All right. Let's get the show started here because if Eve's having internet issues, that might take a while to resolve, and she can just pop in whenever. But Jennifer's got to go at a certain time here. So why don't we start off with Jennifer's pick? Since you got to go the first one, you can go first. Introduce us.
I just gotta pull it up.
Great.
Well, this is a Paul McCartney song, one of my favorites, and with everything going on, I just thought it's a good song. Sorry, the ad. It's a good song, so I just it's one I like to play on piano often. Maybe I'll record it. Anyways, it's just a really good song and been done a lot of times, but this is my first time actually seeing him perform it live, so I guess I'll be reacting to the video because I know the song really well, so I know the chords and stuff. But yeah, it's just fun. I don't know. No special meaning, just really fun and pretty.
Right on. I mean, like, I definitely know this song very well myself, so I can't say I'm reacting to anything other than the performance itself. But you know, we do a lot of live stuff, and that's
right,
cool.
and
I like
I
live
do have
stuff.
a story about the Beatles, though. My mom actually went to one or two of their concerts. Oh, I'd love to get my mom on here someday to talk about it. She actually went to, if you're up for it, Matthew. She actually went to their live concerts, I think, when they were in America. So she actually saw them, and she has memorabilia and everything on her walls and stuff. So she's a big Beatle maniac, and me too, actually, because of her. So.
All right.
Something on the topic of the Beatles. I don't know if either of you have access to Sirius Radio. Howard Stern has been rebroadcasting his interview with Paul McCartney. And it is excellent because they talk about so many details about the songs, how they were recorded, how they changed at the last minute. A lot of really, really cool stories.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
love
neat.
to see that.
All right. So, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Hey Jude live. Paul McCartney and Friends concert for Montserrat. Here we go.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her So let it out, let it in. Hey Jude, make it love ready for someone to leave along with. But don't you know that it's just you? Hey Jude, you do love when you leave it on your shoulder. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her under your skin. When you begin to make it better, 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 better,
Go ahead and talk, guys. Let me fade this down a little bit for us. What'd y'all think of that? That was incredible. I loved it.
I know.
Paul McCartney's got some pretty incredible friends.
I know. I want to be his friend.
I mean, like, just naming just a few of the people I saw up on there, you know, Elton John and Eric Clapton, and Sting, and oh my God, just so many people. Awesomeness.
It was awesome, and I like I said, I didn't watch the video, so I didn't actually know like who was there until we played it just now. So that was pretty amazing.
That's one heck of a super group there, huh?
I know. I want to join them, man.
British musical royalty at its finest there.
Yeah, he's Sir Elton John now, right? Isn't he?
Well, Sir Paul McCartney too.
Yeah. I think he's Sir Elton John. I can't do the accent, forget it. But not even gonna try.
If I had to joust, if I was a knight and I had to joust, I'd joust against Elton.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I know it's not like that anymore. but dude, I love the Beatles, and I love Paul McCartney, and just, like, that song is just so Paul. I mean, I'm sure he co-wrote it with John or whatever, but it was just, that one just exudes Paul. You know what I mean? It really does. And it's just such a fun performance. Like, when I cover that, I take it a decent amount slower.
Do you?
And they have a freaking groove in there by the end. I mean, it's just nuts. There had to be 150 people playing that thing with the orchestra and the choir and the rock band and just tons of just singers everywhere. And wow.
I miss seeing things like that. It's so weird now, It's like, but that song is just like so. I remember when COVID first started, I actually did a cover. I think was it Let It Be? It was one of their songs. Like, I was just like, I need something like to lift up stuff. So I always pick the Beatles for that, because like they always have great songs, and Hey Jude is one of them. So
yeah. As a kid, for the longest time, I had no idea what the title of that song was. And I would ask my mom, and my parents weren't of the, generation for the Beatles. My mom was like, I have no idea what song you're talking about. So, and my brothers were like, oh, well, Beatles are a pop band. You need to listen to the Rolling Stones. I'm like, I just want to know what the song is. It's funny. I was really taken by how good Elton's voice sounded. Mm-hmm. I mean, Paul, I think Paul's going to have a very solid voice until he probably hits some age barrier. But even, here not too long ago, his voice is still, hitting the high notes and things like that. But man, Elton sounded awesome. Mm-hmm. I know that there seemed to be a problem with Sting's mic, or I don't know, almost looked like he was looking at the lyrics or something at first. But I'm sure from Sting's point of view, that would have been a little surreal. Singing with those guys and being one of the people, to carry a verse of that song. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe my mom actually saw them live. I was just like, I think she might have even seen Paul McCartney live. I have to ask her. I don't know if you ever want me to have her on, Matthew. She might be interesting to talk to about all that.
I mean, if you wanna crowd her into your frame, we could if she has her own set of headphones, we could work something out. Whatever. Yeah, dude. Cool. Yeah, I loved it. It was a really good way to start. Really mellow, but yet just rocking, jamming at the end. It was just so much fun. I mean, like, that song, it unfolds. You know what I mean? And it's just like, at the end, there's just this big party. You know what I mean? And it's like, I always preferred Hey Jude to Freebird. And like that kind of song that sort of like unfolds and then has this big party at the end. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or like Stairway to Heaven's pretty good too. That's another good one that kind of unfolds into a big party at the end.
Yeah. Oh, can we react to that someday? I love that song.
As long as Zeppelin doesn't snap down on us too hard for sharing their music. They're another notorious one, apparently.
Great.
Well, I honestly don't think it's the groups as much as it is which companies represent them. There's just certain ones I have a lot of trouble with, and certain ones that I don't. And I don't want to. This is not a political video, so I don't want to get this one limited monetization or anything. So let's not go into that.
Got it.
Yeah, this is a different show, but that's something we definitely can talk about. In another episode of Master Music with Matthew. But I don't have much more to say about that other than I really liked it, and Paul McCartney's friends were just freaking, like I said, musical royalty, British musical royalty. They were incredible, all of them. They might not have all been British, but I mean they were among the sirs of Britain there, rocking. Yeah. So
that was fun.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, think about how accomplished like a musician you have to be to have the Queen knight you. Like, that is pretty cool.
For real, right?
Like, right? You never even held a sword. They're giving you knighthood. That's pretty cool. I mean, they might have held swords. I don't know. But anyway, okay. So Eve's not here, so we're just gonna keep moving on. I want to share the Ayreon with you, but I remember Eve definitely reacted to this. I don't know about you, Jennifer. So maybe we should do the Ayreon next, because I know Eve definitely reacted to this with me.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because she
I'm
might
down.
pop in a little later. How's that sound?
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. I don't think I reacted to this. I don't remember this one.
Okay, well, you've done a little bit of Ayreon, but not
Yeah.
this song. Okay,
Not this song. No.
perfect. So this is the best Ayreon song via comment to sort of introduce you to the band. And so I was already doing like an album react, so I was just sort of squeezing whatever video in what I could, whatever. So this is the first track of that album that all those songs came from. And this one sort of kind of gives you a little bit of an overview of how it could go, or sort of sets the stage, if you will. There's like 11 or 12 lead singers in this album. It's crazy. I think there's 12 of them. And there's like 11 of them in this song or something. Pretty much the metal singers of 2017. Pretty much globally. I mean, like, you can argue and say a few might have been missing, but I mean, these people are the top of the list.
Yeah.
So, anything you guys want to say before we mash the play button?
Ah,
No, I'm
let's do
excited.
it.
I love the other ones I've heard. So.
Well, this one's a little bit long, and remember, we paused for nobody, so buckle up for 13 minutes, 18 seconds, and we're going to be going on quite a journey on this. All right. Mash the like button, everybody. I need you to mash that like button so we can get some more people up in here, because I'll tell you what, there's a few people in here and you're awesome, but we need more. Let's multiply. So hit the like button, share this stream out so lots of people can see it. We want all the Areonauts to know about this. And, of course, subscribe to all of our channels. So without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Ayreon, the day that the world breaks down. From The Source, 2017. Here, whoa, Evelyn just popped in. She's just okay. Well, we might as well get her in on this so she's not just waiting for 13 minutes. Hold on, back up, backing up. Hello, she's here. Can you hear me, Evelyn?
Yes, I can.
All right. Thank you. Oh, well, okay. We were just about to start Ayreon, the day that the world breaks down. And I was just announcing it, and then you popped in.
Hey, I was trying to get in like 15 minutes ago, and
I
you
know.
didn't let me in.
I hit accept. I hit accept or enter or whatever I was supposed to hit, and then you disappeared. I don't know what happened. I thought I did. I certainly didn't deny you on purpose.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I finished up my laundry in the meantime, so I guess.
I had the
Yeah.
black box on top of your face a little bit. That's not good. We're going to have to make the window a little bit smaller. We didn't want to cover anybody's face, though.
I am loving the accent, Matthew.
I'm being silly today. All right. So,
No, great.
all right. Are Eve, are you all set for the day that the world breaks down?
Let me bring it up. Hold on.
All right.
I feel like the song should have
While
been.
Eve is bringing this up, let me introduce her real quick. Everyone, welcome regular sound guest Evelyn Holland. Eve is a singer-songwriter and founding member of the band Keys of Solomon. You can check out her work right now at keysofsolomon.bandcamp.com. Coffee. Okay, Jen, sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, at this point.
You ready?
Yeah. Hold on. I just need to pause it, and I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to, and this is for Kyle, Ayreon, the day that the world breaks down, from The Source, 2017. Here we go!
deafening as the stillness surrounds us. A rush of fear is surging through our veins. A shadow so menacing darkens our horizon. What have we done? Is this the end? When death descends.
All right, guys, we gotta stop it. I'm sorry, freaking. We're gonna. I don't know what to do. Stop. Zoom. Freaking. This is just not my day. I'm telling you, the universe is just really the time is just pissing me off today. I do not want to stop and do this again and pause it. There's nowhere to pause it. This is not going to work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to Zoom Room Roulette right the freak now. Sorry, Parge. Apologize for my French. And then we're going to start the song again because I can't do this. There's nowhere in the middle to stop it, and it's just not. It's going to ruin the whole thing. And anybody that knows this song and is watching and likes this song is going to appreciate us just doing this and just getting it over with. So let's do it. What do y'all say?
No worries. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. Switch in the room. I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here, y'all. What a thing, man. What a thing. Get him it probably would have happened like that even if Eve hadn't been a little late or whatever, but I don't know, man. Timing things, the universe and time is just getting to me today. All right, that's the way to do it. We're just going to start it over, and then it's all going to be good. That way we can listen to the whole beautiful song without any issues. Did I press the correct button every time this time? I hope I did.
Woo!
All right, everybody, we're going to have to go and be kind and rewind on our video. That isn't like the bestest thing ever, but we're only 2 minutes in, so I think that's the best to do. What do you all say?
Sure.
Where's Jennifer? She's not here. She should be here. There she is. She's here. She's coming. Okay. Jennifer, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just go. Be kind, rewind. We're just going to start the song over again. I apologize to everyone for the timing of that, but it's just going to be better for everyone and everything if we just do it this way. So.
No worries. It was only 2 minutes in anyway.
Exactly. So, starting over, apologize is totally my bad. And the timing of the universe. So, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Ayreon, the day that the world breaks down from the source, 2017. Here we go!
deafening as the stillness surrounds us. A rush of fear is surging through our veins. A shadow so menacing darkens our horizon. What have we done? Is this the end? When death descends.
my god, I have so much to say.
Yeah. So we're just gonna let the wind blow here while we talk. That is one of my favorite songs now. The reason why I picked it for today is because from 2 months ago when I had Sarah react to this. That video is just about to premiere on my channel like tomorrow, and so it was just fresh in my mind. I was like, so when we restarted that, right, we got to about 4 or 5 minutes. I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is awesome. Okay, Kyle, it's done with the wind sounds here. I want your reaction, my man. What do you think?
Oh, wow, there's a lot going on. What I really enjoyed. I like the commentary on the video. That made it so much more engaging than if it was just audio or something like if the screen didn't change. So
it's a masterpiece video.
Well, any musicians watching that think, oh, I'll just put like in some piece of artwork and have stuff, put a little bit more effort and at least put some put some explanation of what's going on. I thought that was really cool. I'm trying to pick a spot to start. I liked thinking about his guitars and setup and the different musicians, the violin part, his use of melody in a compositional sense to convey like a sense of plot change, plot points, and to punctuate the lyrics and what was going on. That was really cool. I'm trying to think if I would have encountered this when I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14, whenever I would lay in bed all night listening to music instead of going to bed to get ready for school, things like that. I would have ate this up. I would have, just absolutely adored this. And that is not a knock against it. Me being, the old guy of the group here. I always
Kyle, that's sounding a little pretentious.
Yes, I know. I know that's your crown, as people always tell us.
Yeah.
I liked the change throughout the song. The dynamics, the sense of plot movement, and everything. With the characters. I'm always fascinated by the European sense of what blues is, because he went into this kind of funky thing. Oh, here's the bluesy part. I'm thinking to myself, where's the bluesy part? I mean, yeah, you could be kind of technical, but I mean, I'm thinking of conversations I've had in the comments with people from Europe about the blues. Well, Kyle, here in whatever country it is, we play the blues and blah 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 blah, and they're talking about something a little different than like, what an American might say. And I'm not saying either side is particularly right. I'm just saying people have different perceptions and visions of what that musical style is or musical genre. Just
totally.
like
and it's a song form too. Like,
like
there's several blues song forms. And those song forms make it a lot easier to write songs because it's kind of like a skeleton, like a structure that you've already got there.
Right.
I would agree with you that it was sort of more like, more like funky groovy rather than bluesy, but that's a minor point.
Right.
Yeah.
The part in the middle with the singer doing the binary part, the 0-1, it reminded me a little. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Clutch. I don't know if you know that one Clutch song, Zero. I used to know the title because I played it every once in a while. Now I forgot the title as I went to say it. But I like those aspects. It's fun. It's a fun story. It's something very, very musician-y, to look at it. And it reminded me of like classic stories in opera. Just in a, contemporary framework, which is cool. I mean, I could probably be nerdy and criticize some problems with the story, but that's not the point. I mean, when you're a musician writing a story, you're not trying to write something that's, accurate in different levels. You're just trying to convey, feelings and stuff and give the music some sort of lyrical vessel to, tap into different feelings and give, as opposed to like if you wrote out a story, you want the story to be cohesive, to go from, point to point to point and make sense and carry the reader along. But when you do that in musical form, you can leave out a lot of details and things and still carry a listener along. Music is such a different vehicle for plot movement as opposed to text or something,
Yeah.
Right on. Well, Jennifer, this was your
I
first
agree.
reaction too.
I mean, it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eve.
No, I was gonna say, I feel like, if one is trying to create an experience like a book, I mean, music is like almost the perfect vehicle because it's. I mean, it's got the sound, it's got the depth, it's got the different colors that you would use and dynamics you would use to describe something in a book. So yeah, whatever the complexity of that is, it varies. But yeah.
Right on. Okay, well, let's get your first time reaction to this song. Jennifer, what do you think?
Well, I was floored at the flute part in the beginning, of course. I was just like, what?
Gorgeous.
I don't know if you saw my reaction, but I was just like, oh my God, I want to learn how to play that now because it was beautiful. And I can't wait. I got this new microphone coming in tomorrow where it says specifically for live streams. So anyways, but I'd like to record the flute on that and see how it sounds. But anyways, I would love to try that piece though. I love the flute. I love the story along with it. I loved how the one part he was like, well, they thought we were, the media said that we were not friends, but actually we're friends. And this, I just love, again, like what Kyle said, I love reading the commentary on it. But it just, I mean, I know it was supposed to be like this, but it reminded me of just like the space movie or something. That was really cool. And then when they kept saying the end and all that, I was thinking 2020, you know, I mean, I couldn't help it, but I mean, the vocals were amazing, and Floor Jensen, I love her. Oh my gosh, like she's so good. They were all really good, and I love how he was like, "Who's that tall guy in the guitar solo?" And then he was like, "I don't think I can do this live." Like, I'm like, I bet he could. I bet he totally could.
His level of honesty is very entertaining.
I know, it was really great. I love the whole thing. I mean, I never, saw a music video. I don't think that was more than 5 or 6 minutes, and honestly, like I wasn't bored. It's not boring at all. Like it's great. And I was, into it the whole time. So
yeah, I was going to say, it reminded me of the old VH1 pop-up videos. Hearing Jen talk about that, it's like, yeah, that's what, because it had you captivated not only with the music, what the lyrics were saying, but his commentary was, I mean, that was brilliant to do it like that.
Yeah, and you get to see him playing, the Hammond B3. You get to see the Leslie spinning. He's talking about mixing it in quad with 4 mics. I mean, like all this music nerd stuff, talking about his Ibanez 7-string with the 6-string tuned down a step, and playing through Marshall amp, and this is played on a Strat, just through a Marshall amp, keep it simple, right? All this cool stuff.
That was all guitar stuff too, so that was like over my head when he was
gear stuff, keyboard stuff, guitar stuff, and it's just so cool how he's so humble, and he talks about how incredible all the other musicians are, but you don't realize that he's playing the guitar and the bass and all the keyboards except for the piano parts that the one other guy was playing. I mean, he's a freaking monster, totally. He wrote all that, right? Except for, I guess, the melodies that, Michael Mills wrote on the 010 section or whatever. Cool. Incredible songwriting.
I was going to comment on that, too. I forgot. That 01 section was like, oh, my God. And he just came up with that on his own. And then, I love the video part where, the heads would just pop in that other section, too.
That had to take a lot of work to make that video.
God. I don't even know. All I know is I was doing this Alip Bata thing yesterday, and it took me forever just to do that. I can imagine doing something like what they just did.
Well, Toe Hider is a duo. Make no mistake. And this is freaking awesome. I think this is one of the smartest ideas ever. You've got Michael Mills. He does the music. And then I'm not sure the person's name. His collaborator does the art and video.
Yeah.
And so it's a true collaboration. Like, they'll do live streams, and Michael Mills will be singing, and then you'll see the other dude drawing like in real time. Like he's like drawing like mushrooms or whatever while he's singing. And it's just really cool. You know what I mean? Like watching the guy, all of a sudden these mushrooms are getting like really colorful and pretty when before they were just black and white. And it's cool.
That's great.
But shout out to Toe Hider, really, really, really cool band. There's just such an incredible amount of talent in this song, and that's why I wanted to share it with you, Kyle, because
Thank
it's
you.
freaking awesome. And you too, Jen.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you.
Any more comments about this before we move it on forward?
That was so dense, and that is, you need to hear that a few times and then absorb a lot going on.
I'm gonna have to watch it again for sure. I think I saved it in my browser. So
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, having Russell Allen and James LaBrie on the same track is kind of funny because there's so many people that say Russell Allen would be better in Dream Theater and vice versa. I just find that hilarious. Like, it kind of like I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but it's funny anyways. It's side thing.
It's all good. Yeah. Everybody has their own opinions, but in the end, I agree with John Petrucci, going with James LaBrie and sticking with him because I just love the guy's voice. He's such an incredible influence on me. Like I don't always copy him, right? But whenever I cover Dream Theater songs, I really try to put my James on, and try to really, because he has that vibrato. It's like that specific vibrato that he has, and it's just so cool. All right. Well, we still
hit
got
or miss for me.
That's cool. We still got Eve's pick, we still got Kyle's pick, and we still got the crowd pick. And I think at this point we're going to save the crowd pick for last because, like, we started off like, super, super, super early for Leapers, but now I'm hoping if we just wait, maybe they'll start waking up.
that's funny.
So we'll do a Leap last today.
Yeah.
I have to run before you guys do the other videos. I'm sorry.
You have to go now?
Yeah, around 5:30. Yeah. So I figured before you. But I will be around tomorrow for 1 o'clock, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just text me if that changes.
Time zones crunching the numbers. Yes.
Well, just text me if it changes or anything. But...
No, you're right.
Okay.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. Sorry I had to run. But...
You're fine. Well, we're glad you could make it for what you could. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye.
You're all good. So, let's do Eve's pick next. Eve, what you got us reacting to?
This is a band Enslaved, and yeah, I've been putting in metal picks here and there. This is a band I've been into for years. They have quite a history, I'd say. They started out as one of the OG second wave Norwegian bands, and actually, I would say within that, that little scene in Norway during the 1990s, they were actually doing a much more experimental things and trying to differ themselves from the rest of the bands by incorporating unconventional song structures, unconventional song lengths, and even lyrical themes.
Cool.
But they were definitely a lot more, I guess, whatever, true Cavol, whatever, in their early days, a little harder. I mean, they kind of evolved into like this psychedelic progressive black metal unit over the years, and I feel like this track is very representative of like a turning point in their musical career. And it was also an album that, for me, that I think when I was first getting into the band, really hit the nail on the head and checked all the boxes in terms of having the progressiveness, but also having the black metal sound and the the aggressiveness and the lyrical themes. Let me read some lyrics.
Well, wait. Hold on. I'm noticing this song's over 10 minutes. So if as soon as I hit play, it's gonna say we got 10 minutes left, and I'm gonna be in the middle again. It's gonna break in the middle. That's what I'm worried about. So can we do the lyrics after it's over? That way we know we get this all through before we have to roulette again. Possibly. Okay, cool. So that'll be cool. All right. Is everyone ready? I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Enslaved, The Crossing Cinematic Tour 2020 official live video. Here we go! Oh, no, wait, literally, I hit the button, and as soon as I said it, oh my god, literally, it was like exactly, I hit the button, and it said running out of time. I swear to God, I didn't even get a chance to mute my microphone. That's so
funny.
Freaking crazy. Dude, I've got my sense of time since I've been doing these. My sense of time is getting really good. Okay, let's just roulette real quick, so it's just over with because we don't even have enough time to play it now. I'm still here, y'all. I was flipping the room around again. Oh, it's so funny how this works. It's so funny how this works. I'm still here, y'all. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it right here as soon as we get everybody back in the room again. That's right. Ooh, what a day! 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 There's Evelyn. Eve is coming back. All right. So that was, man, the timing of that, Eve. The timing of that was just, it couldn't be like more weird. Like, seriously, I hit the button and it came up right as I hit it.
Question, Matt. Do you know how much Zoom costs monthly?
Like $15 or something. No, I may be able to start doing that here if before long. I swear I hit admit. Okay, he's coming up. I had been meaning to tell you guys. I was gonna say it at the end. But my calls for financial support are starting to be answered slowly. And so I'm gonna give you guys updates about that here in a few minutes. When we're on our outro here. But I'm gonna start doing sponsorships. I'm really excited. I actually have 2 things that are definitely in the works for the channel, and so that's really cool. Awesome. And so, I'm going to give a shout out in a little bit here. So, let's go ahead and get this playing. So, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Enslaved, The Crossing Cinematic Tour 2020 official live video. Here we go! Wow. So while he's ooh, we'll let the credits roll here. That was pretty cool. I liked it at the very beginning with all the acoustic stuff. There was just this one like dissonance to it that
Yeah.
it kept having me like, huh, what? And then when they kicked in, it was more, the harmonies were definitely more standard and it sounded good, especially with all the effects that they had. I wasn't a huge fan of the vocals, but I really enjoyed the guitar work, especially, and the keyboards a little bit. If there were keyboards, it's whatever the synth sounded. It sounded good.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was massive effects. They all had their little floorboards and stuff that they were doing, which is cool. It was pretty tight for, a live recording. It sounded pretty good. I liked some of the proggy parts. Like there was a couple of parts where, it wasn't, straight 4/4. There was some different parts in there that were pretty neat. That I liked. I just overall, it was neat how they had the acoustic in it for about the first half. there was still, you could every once in a while you hear the acoustic would, you know, hear a ring, a little strum in there, like, wow, that's neat. And then you saw him eventually switch over to an electric, and it was nice that, you know, there was some nice big heavy parts, but, you know, there was some mellow parts and some melodic, variation, and, you know, some just, yeah, it was a nice journey. I liked it. It was cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it's I mean, or you go ahead, Kyle. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, I mean, as far as Opeth songs with Drunk Slash, this one was pretty freaking awesome.
Opeth songs with Drunk Slash.
Yeah, I was thinking back. The way this started is always how I would envision every Opeth song until Eve has shown me otherwise. You know, you have that, you know, long intro, and you know, long isn't a put down. It's just, you know, the description. It took a good part of the time of the song. The one guitar solo part where he's bending on the Les Paul, I was like, is it supposed to be off? You know, because that might make sense, or, you know, is he, you know, was it able to hear, you know, because in a live setting sometimes, you know, that can happen.
It sounded like it's supposed to be, was written to be dissonant like that to me.
That's the way it was on the recording, actually.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty faithful to the recording, down to the, like, they had the acoustic session guitarist that played on the record, or he played on that song, and like they said in the credits, A Darker Place on the same record.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured, you know, since every bend was just a little bit off, I was like, okay, you know, either it's supposed to be like that, or, you know, there's a monitoring problem for just that part. That the way that they changed styles throughout was really cool, and that seems to be very typical of contemporary metal. I'm guessing this is the 2020 live album. That seems to be the more I'm hearing, you know, different things, how metal is competing with pop in a way. Because if you think about how pop songs and EDM, you have that structure of, you know, you do this for a little bit, you do that for a little bit, and, you know, you have these different blocks that you configure when you construct your songs. And metal, you know, seems to has developed its own kind of toolkit for, you know, here's some different elements of, you know, within the metal canon of music that you use to put your song together. I like the more, I guess, traditional Norwegian black metal part of the song. I thought that was cool. In particular, how his voice, and I'm thinking about how you would, like how the vocal microphone would be live, because that would be a nightmare for a sound person to change that. Like, oh, this one, or, you know, and you have to change these settings, because you'd imagine it's just going through a board instead of you have a programmed channel or something, and, you know, maybe you're rerouting it. But
you can always have your vocals going through a floorboard, like a foot pedal.
You could,
you know, and then you could just switch. You can just switch your effects with your for yourself. A lot
but
of
Matthew,
people do that.
Is that black metal though? I mean, I know. You know,
I mean, like the thing that about black metal that I like is, like, yeah, they can have progressive and psychedelic elements, and there's a lot of bands that have over the years incorporated more of that. Those non-traditional elements, but it still retains that rawness. And I feel like sometimes for me, I mean, as much as I like prog, it gets a little too on the, like, too polished side for me. I guess it depends on my mood, but like something like I don't know, like what, like we just listened to Ayreon. I mean, I like it, but yeah, I don't want to listen to something that's polished all the time, I suppose.
Right.
I like a little bit of grit and like dirt.
yeah.
Yeah, right on. I liked it. I liked it too. It wasn't my favorite vocals, but I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed the flow of it. And I feel like there was a lot of those dissonances that were thrown in there on purpose, just to make it so that it wasn't like, I don't know, to give it like something to make it a little bit more unique in those instrumental parts. And it had you like kind of scratching, like, huh? A little bit, just in spots, like, what? A little bit, okay. It was a little bit weird in spots, right? But overall, you were going to say something about the lyrics. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the lyrics now, real quick? Because I was concerned about the timing, but I didn't want to take that away from you. Go ahead.
No worries. I was also gonna say what you were just talking about is very characteristic of the band to kind of use these dissonant melodies with these more conventional melodies in terms of like harmonizing the guitars or even harmonizing the vocals. You see it throughout their own. They have a pretty extensive discography that's pretty different album to album, but the lyrics, let me just read the last few. Okay. So, break the chains, come forth to see, cross the abyss, not meant to be, cross the river, find the key, kill the queen of anxiety. And that for me is a very transformational set of lyrics. Like somebody going on, I think one of you two said a journey, and then being transformed in the process.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's what my whole rock opera is about. The journey and transformation. Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, any more comments for Eve before we go on and continue with the show?
That was cool. I really like that one. I always like Eve's picks. It reminds me of so many different things I've enjoyed, in music over the years, because it seems like I'm always changing things I like from time to time,
So guess what?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I'm telling you, we are going to have a little pause because I've got a full bladder and I've got to deal with it right now so that it does not begin to get annoying. So we're going to take a quick break. We still got
let's
two
make
more.
A party out of it. We'll make a party out of it. I'll do the same thing.
Yeah. And we'll be back in just about 5 minutes. Real quick here, we got 2 picks left. We still got Kyle's pick and the crowd pick, the best for last. Alip Bata's new song coming up. We'll be right back.
Woo!
Express how I feel for you. I must confess I need to be bold. I regret my waiting to say I want you to hold. Will I be too late? My fears have got the best of me. I'm panicking and I need a drink. My tears are possessed by insanity. How on earth am I supposed to think? Without you in my life, I'm lonely and scared. Losing you would be my worst nightmare. What if you fall for another man? What if he sweeps you off your feet? What if by the time you come back, someone has taken you from me? How would I survive? My fears have got the best of me. I'm panicking and I need a drink. My tears are possessed by insanity. How on earth am I supposed to think? Without you in my life, save mankind. The one with the divine, calm, quiet minds. Our spirits fly. Are we sick of the powers that be, controlling you and me? It's time that we see the path before our feet. Let's have a conscious revolution, a spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with the conscious revolution, a spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution. Now's the time for action. Release distractions. We can't be controlled by fear. We are present here. Let's have a conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with the conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution, conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with the conscious revolution, spiritual solution to mind pollution. Continue evolution with the conscious revolution.
And we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, y'all. All right, I feel much better. It's time for Kyle's pick. It's time for Kyle's pick. It's time for Kyle's pick now. Introduce us,
All right.
Kyle.
Okay, so a week or two ago, Yasmin, hopefully I'm saying it right, or Yasmin Williams was in my ASCAP newsfeed.
Ooh.
And they described her as a contemporary fingerstyle virtuoso. And of course, that harkening F word fingerstyle got my attention. I'm like, okay, I got to share this with Matthew. We have to check this out because we, from Alip to Faye to Josephine to IU, I guess isn't fingerstyle, and others. I figured this would be a great place to share. I looked up her bio really quick, and it's supposed to be super heavy duty impressive. And in fact, I'm seeing in the 90s a player, Michael Hedges, who apparently started this like contemporary fingerstyle two-hand technique that everybody does. They're putting. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I remember
okay.
seeing videos of him back in the day. It was a few years. It might have been like 10, 15 years ago. But yeah. He performed most famously on Austin City Limits, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I think he passed away like in 97 or something like that. So it's been a while. So I'm trying not to have too lofty of expectations for this. I'm sure it's going to be amazing, but we've seen quite a bit of fingerstyle. So very curious to hear her. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Exciting. I'm excited. I'm ready to mash it. What do you all say?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can say that. Okay, so without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Yasmin Williams' Juvenescence New York Guitar Festival Sessions. Here we go. I like that a lot.
That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, and my reaction to this is really good. I liked it. It was not as precise as some of the other fingerstyle that we've listened to, maybe in spots. And there was definitely a massive amount of complexity in technique, and I'm not saying I could do it, especially not switching from playing one way and then switching and putting it down on my lap and playing the other way. I mean, that is definitely complicated, and there was definitely massive skill involved. I was just talking about, like, you know, we're listening to Alip Bata, and it's like, you know, what he uploads is like just a little bit more pristinely perfect. Now, that being said, you know, it was beautiful, complex, gorgeous, well performed. You know, I'm saying the bar is really high.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what do you think?
As the piece progressed, her techniques seemed to get a little bit better or whatever. And the main reason I say that is there was a lot of squeaks. And when you're playing guitar, like fingerstyle like that, squeaks are the most evil thing that you can have. And I was thinking, it's like, I don't remember a lot of squeaks like in, you know, Alip or Faye or Josephine or some of the other players. But it is something like you might see guitar players getting like face grease on their fingers because that helps with that little secret there. But the composition was amazing. The way, like, and I was thinking, you know, where, you know, we've seen a lot of high level fingerstyle players where, you know, maybe she, you know, was kind of in that category. But compositionally, I think she was really shining with that, because I'm thinking of the transitional elements, and instead of resorting to like golpes, you know, doing like percussive techniques or something else like that, it was all notes. You know,
Yeah, she did that major scale thing a lot.
Yeah,
every transition would have that. Maybe not every, but a lot of them.
Yeah, go ahead, Eve.
I liked. Yeah, I think she was trying to break away a bit from the typical, you know, fingerstyle acoustic guitarist, and I kind of like that about the piece. Trying to differentiate herself and not be like everyone else.
Yeah, I liked it. It was really nice, and you know, it just, you know, and just in a couple of spots, I thought it could have been a little cleaner. Maybe that's what you're referring to when you're hearing the string noise. You know, it would be a monster task to keep up with that arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sort of like having a little bit of like Alley vibes. Like I'm trying to be really, really, really careful. Really, really, really careful what I say, because, like, you know, like, I don't understand why people get offended if I'm saying, okay, you got this younger person, this new artist here, right? It's awesome. I love it. Maybe it's not quite as perfect as, like, you know, this bar that's been set like super high, like, you know. Yeah. I've done like 50 plus Alip Bata reactions. There's a reason for that, because he's freaking amazing.
Yeah, and people forget your history with any videos you've reacted to with every single reaction. It's like, our past is gone. You know, it's like we've never done anything before. This is the first time, you know.
We got 3 minutes here before we got to switch the room around for our final video. What do you got to finish up with, Eve?
Yeah, no, honestly, I mean, like, they can reference those videos if they need to, you know, hear what they need to. And, I mean, like, I feel like I know Alip Bata enough at this point. I mean, like, give other people shine the spotlight on other people like we are doing.
Yes. But we do have a brand new one from Alip that's coming up next. All right, guys and gals, let's switch the room around and get ready for our final video. Here we go. I'm still here. Everybody knows my camera is just rebooting the Zoom room. I'm rebooting the Zoom room. I'm rebooting the Zoom room. Yeah. All right, this is exciting. We got one more reaction coming up here for you all. The big one of today, the big one. Alip Bata. All right. We're going to be getting in here to this new Alip reaction. I have not listened to this. I've not watched it. It's been painful for me to be waiting for my Alip fix here. At this point, I am an admitted Aleeper, an Alip junkie. I'm not going to Alip Anonymous because I don't see any reason to quit. I'm all about Alip, and I'm just gonna keep going with the Alip Bata because I haven't been disappointed once, and that's a big statement. That's a big statement. I've done so many, so many reactions, so many collabs with them. Just I got this giant playlist. It's over 70 videos now of all the stuff I've done about this one fingerstyle guitarist. And it's just because, like, seriously, like, I haven't put on one and been like, okay, well, that was just okay. All right. So, before we mash the play button here, just to make sure, was there any final statements about that last one, or anything you guys want to say about this one before we start? Either way.
I'm ready for this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did really like Yasmin Williams, and I would like to check out more of her work because I thought it was really
definitely
good. Okay. So, moving on. Alip Bata's brand new song, Pagebluk. Pagebluk? Is that how you say
Seems
it?
a good guess. Good guess, yeah.
Pagebluk? Okay. I don't know what this is. The chat, not the chat, the comments were suggesting that it might be a cover of some kind, but usually when Alip does a cover, this usually says cover guitar or whatever after it. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably an original, but I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys know, so tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments, and of course, like always, I do the chat at the end. I will shout out to everyone.
It has all his links on it, so I'd assume it's original.
His originals are some of my favorites. I really love his writing. Okay. Anything before we start? All right. And so.
Something I forgot to say about the previous.
Oh, do it. Do it.
No, something I forgot to say about the previous one that was in my mind before, as it did. It made me think of Joni Mitchell for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. So, Kopi Mana Kopi. Good morning to all my leapers. I might still be a little early for you, but, I'm just having my last sip of coffee for the day here. I do love my cold brew.
That wasn't a sip.
Man, you should see me with a Scotch ale. All right.
I bet.
And so, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Alip Bata's new song, Pagebluk. Here we go. Bravo. Bravo. That was breathtaking. It was so pretty.
It sounded like there was a quote from some classical piece in there, and I can't put my finger on it.
It definitely had a classical feel.
I looked up the song, just Google that title, and there's a few songs by other people. I don't know if that's it. Talking about the classical nod, to me, I was going to say, wasn't this called the Godfather theme once upon a time? I mean, I kept hearing that it had a whole lot of that quality to it.
Yeah, it was really dark and foreboding, but it was just, I love the way the composition was just so stitched throughout. And, we were just talking about, like in the very last transition, there was a part where I maybe heard a couple of finger squeaks or something, like a little bit. Like there was a part where it wasn't like, there was a spot where it was 99%, and it was just extra beautiful to me because, then he went back into this other part that he'd already played before with a couple of modifications, but it's like, it reminds me that, he's human. Like, it's really important. It's really important because otherwise it's really discouraging,
Yeah. Well, people always, that's something I've noticed doing reactions, and, like with Dimash and stuff, that people these are just humans making music. It's not magic. It's not like something absolutely crazy. Yes, you can be born and kind of get it better than other people, just like math or visual arts or anything else that anybody can do on this planet, I'm always amazed at people that pretend like, oh, they must be, they must come from on high to be able to do this. That's like,
we're all human.
Yeah, there's plucking strings, man. They're just, people been doing that for as long as there have been stringed instruments, and
so many harmonics in that melody. And then he switched to the B section and would throw that little behind the nut bend, and I would love how he does those.
I wonder if he has like a filter, because like you got to have a melody that hits that certain kind of slurred note on, in a certain range.
Right.
I wonder if he always adjusts something. He's like, I got to do my G string bend. I wonder if he kind of thinks like that, because he almost always does the G. Because you can see it sometimes, like from the oils from his finger, it's the metal's tarnished from doing that bend up there.
Well, those things are dangerous. You can break your strings, you can throw your guitar out of tune, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can hurt your finger. So, like I'm always impressed by those. And even if he's doing it mostly on the G string, okay, hey, it's better than I can do. But,
I wasn't talking about the technique. Okay. I was thinking more, does he look at a song and go, oh, hey, the melody has a slur between this range, so I can do that thing? Because that's part of his signature. Yeah.
I think he hears the bend and then he just does it however he needs to do, because he does all kinds of bends, slides, and everything.
Well, true, but that G string bend, that's one of his signature moves,
and it does have a very very unique sound. It does.
I don't know if it sounds unique. That's his signature. He puts it in. Bending a note's bending a note.
It sounds different than a regular bend, is what I mean. Like,
I get you. It has a different kind of curve to how the pitch change.
Right.
Yeah,
and so it just gives it a slightly different sound.
A few signatures that he kind of puts in there, even with the covers that he does, and. Yeah, he's good at what he does, and he's obviously got a ton of views. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Kyle. It's like, maybe you could do something different.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like if,
or am I putting words in your mouth?
Oh, no. It's cool what he does. I don't know if it's so much, like do something different. I was thinking like, take Eddie Van Halen's Eruption and that fret tapping sequence. It would be like if he would use that same kind of pattern, and I forget the particular notes. What is it, like a a 7 and a 3. I forget which intervals those are that he's tapping out. But it'd be like if he did that same thing. It's like, oh, here's a sequence, between C1 and C2 that I can do that thing. I just wonder, how much thought goes into it at that level, or if he's just going, this is something I can sing. I always played a melody around these notes. So then it's, just something he can do in any song. I'm just curious about that pattern approach,
Alip he's sort of an enigma, he doesn't want to, I mean, he has a few friends that he works with, but he's not. Well, I don't know. I'm excited, man, because I liked it. I want to listen to that again and again.
Yeah.
It was sort of mellow. It was like a almost lullaby-ish kind of thing, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Almost Godfather-ish, you were saying, sort of dark and foreboding. And we have a comment here. Shout out to Agung Sukarjo. Pagebluk is a Javanese word meaning plague. Some people translate it as calamity. The song expressed his concern to ongoing pandemic situations in Indonesia.
Okay, so it is an original. All right.
Yes, it is
totally
original.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that's why it sort of had a dark, heavy kind of feeling to it, I guess, because he was expressing concern about the pandemic, which we all have. Yeah. It's kind of a nutso situation.
Yeah, and especially because I think that area of the world was like in another lockdown, or might still be, not too long ago. It's interesting with his original music. I was thinking about this in general the other day and throw this kind of idea out there to you two. It seems that artists that have folklore to them, that's kind of like the signature trait of, are you quote famous or something like that? And I was thinking of all the folklore with Alip. He's got a regular job. He just plays guitar for fun. And it's like, well, then why is he putting out original music and, doing Spotify links and all this other stuff? I mean, and I'm not questioning the folklore. I just find it very interesting that people have created this figure, and think about any quote famous musical figure. You have folklore, like Metallica. Well, when Metallica got together in the Bay Area, they could outdrink anybody. I mean, you could go on and on about all these stories, Lemmy from Motorhead, et cetera, et cetera. And it's interesting to me how all this folklore around Alip has formed, and it's interesting because there's, some indications like, well, he seems to be doing music for more than just fun, which is fine. I mean, more power to him. I mean, I would, if I was in his shoes, if I had some songs start getting millions of views and things, that'd be cool. But it's just interesting to me, that folklore aspect.
Well, and let's just look at it this way, okay? Let's just look at it this way. When you look at YouTube, the way it is today, with the right to monetize addendum that they added to the terms of service, why not collect the money from it? Because if you don't, they're just going to collect it anyway. It's not like you're going to be sparing your fans the ads like it used to be. It used to be, if you didn't monetize, your videos didn't have ads. That is sadly at least going to be no longer the case, because YouTube is like, you know what, this is wasted revenue we could have. So more power to them, right?
Yeah.
You put your copyright claim on your music, right? Absolutely. That's why I'm playing my music at the beginning and when we go to take a pee break, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, his folklore has almost the opposite idea of that. He's just some person. He's a truck driver. He has this grand gift, etc. I'm not saying he's not talented. Obviously, I enjoy him and appreciate his talents. I just find it interesting that people focus on this folklore aspect, while there's this other side that they choose to not, recognize or acknowledge. It's interesting. Kind of like when Bieber went from being the cute teen idol to being the kind of, jerk in the media, and was going through this kind of growing period, and it took a lot of people to kind of, his fans to acknowledge, oh, he's growing up. He's changing. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right on.
So.
Yeah. Like, going back to what you were saying about people, uh, you know, like essentially like deifying musicians. It's just like, I mean, they're human and they're having human experiences and they feel human feelings, and it's just, I mean, yeah, I have my idols and all that, but it's like, I mean, that they're not gods. They've had to practice for years upon years upon years to get that way, and I really would like to. That's something I kind of want to break down with people, is like the idol. I mean, like the deifying. I mean, because it's just, we're all just humans, and you can do this too.
Yeah.
Right on. And it's my daughter. The other day, she does this. My daughter will do this. It's sort of a tangent, but it relates. She said, "Dad, if you could have any superpower in the whole world, what would it be?" And I said, "I want to have ultra focus, so that when I'm playing music or singing, I want to be able to be 1,000 times more expressive and never miss a note unless I choose to." And she's like, "What? What? You wouldn't rather just like be able to fly or something?" She's 13, so you can imagine. Like, no, like that would be the power that I want. And she said, "But you can like already almost do that." I was like, "Well, almost, but I can't do that. Not all the way. I've been working at it for literally over 25 years on stage. I've been freaking playing. I used to get paid more when I was in my early 20s to play than I do now. It's crazy." Like how just everything is worked out. And yet, I was 100% sure. Yes, that is the power that I would want to have, right? Why not?
I mean, the United States music industry is kind of ageist, though.
Oh, totally. It's horrible.
Slightly. Yeah, and I mean, if you go over to other countries, it's not as bad. I mean, yeah, you have your young musicians and artists and all that, but you also you in the culture, and a lot of these cultures that they appreciate the contributions from the older generations, and that's like that's more of a thing. I mean, in the U.S. we have a very like a sense of immediacy in pop culture in general and in art. And it's honestly one reason why I can't make a lot of money doing progressive metal in the U.S. unless well, at this time in history, at least. I mean, like that was a possibility at one point in history, but unless you're like,
there are a few that have done it.
They have, but it's very rare, and it's I would say it's like it does take like a multifaceted approach, which not a lot of people have that, like that are that organized, and that what am I trying to say here? They're not that God, I'm lost for words. I'm sorry.
Well, and I mean, like I've said before, I'm all for millionaires. Like that's okay with me. Like I can understand that. All of the members of Dream Theater, including Mike Portnoy, they're all multimillionaires, and they've earned it.
Yes.
I think I've said this before. $1 million a month. We need to have a maximum income from all forms, including values of things going up and all that. Nobody needs more than $1 million a month. I mean, come on. That is like so much money. Like, so you want to think about deifying, right? I'm sorry. America deifies the person that had the idea. Ooh, we should have, it's just coffee like everybody else, but we'll call it Starbucks. And that's worth millions and billions and billions of dollars. I deserve to rule the world because I thought of this. Let's have drive-through coffee and call it Starbucks. Right? And it's just, I mean, it's like the idea for something. right? It's like the whole songwriter copywriting a song thing. It's like, why is the idea worth so much more than everything else? And yeah, the idea is a lot. It's important. It's valuable, and it definitely should have payout for sure. But like, it's just the unequalness is what gets me. So we want to talk about deifying somebody. We deify business people way more than we deify musicians in America.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. But I think at the same time, yeah, there is a sort of envy thing going on as well. Because I don't know. I don't want to get political.
I've already went there.
Because I guess my more libertarian views might shine through.
Well, there's good things for society that need done, and then it's being said, oh, there's not enough money. So I'm like, hey, I bet I can find some money. Anyway, but going back all the way around to Alip, this all comes out of the discussion of his humility and, money. And, dude, what if it's a situation where, because, in America, you basically have to have two incomes to survive. What if, his family works, means that he has to, work as a truck driver, and then he also gets a little bit of money from YouTube so that maybe someone else in his family doesn't have to work so much. I think he should get paid. He's that good.
Well, yeah. I wonder if his folklore will change. I wonder if people will say, yeah, he was just a truck driver, and then his music started to take off. I mean, I haven't heard the narrative change about this story about him. Everyone's like, oh, he has these great gifts. Oh, he just does this. But some things change. And I'm just curious to see if that story is going to change too. Cool. That's all. I'm just curious. I'm a curious dude.
Yeah. Right on. Well, yeah. And it's just, yeah. I mean, if he wants to continue working as a forklift driver, that's great. That's if he likes his job and he doesn't want to quit.
Was it a forklift or a truck driver? I've heard
he drives a forklift. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is you only go by what you hear. And that's, to me, that is probably the biggest drive is the mystique, the person that we think he is, has driven so much attention to him, that because things like that are always interesting to me. How do things take off, and just how do things happen, and it's always fascinating. So
definitely wonderful. I really enjoyed that song. I'm going to be listening to it again. It was really nice. And like I said, there was just that one or two little spots towards the end in the transition where it was like, as he was playing, it was just the teeniest little bit of either finger noise, or maybe he just didn't hit a note quite perfectly fingered, where his finger was slightly a millimeter different or whatever, and it just came out not as beautiful as all the millions of notes before it. And I just love that because, it shows it was one take. It was live. He did play that. That was real. This is not, he's freaking Milli Vanilliing over something that he did earlier, but he didn't record it, the video of it. You know what I mean? Like it was, and I love that because, it was 4 minutes straight through. And that seems, if you're not a player, you might not realize how difficult that is, with like that much music and all those changes. And it's like, how many times have I been in a song and then it's like, I'm almost at the end and then I hit one thing wrong and it's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Pardon. Everybody, I'm going to do all the chats at the end, so stick around. We've done 5 reactions here today. This has been so much fun. Any more comments on Alip Ba Ta before I go ahead and close up this stream and tie it up with a little bow?
No.
No.
Yeah. Threw it all out there.
Right on. Well,
Yep.
I want to make sure everybody subscribe to Evelyn Holland, Jennifer's music page, and Kyle Walz. I really appreciate my special guests. You guys are awesome. I really hope that you guys continue with your creative pursuits, and I'll see you guys here next week. Make sure you guys all thumb up this video, share out the stream, and subscribe to everybody here, including Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. And I just wanted to give you all an update here.
Please do.
The studio definitely still needs your help a lot, but I'm starting to receive a little bit of help from you all. So thank you. Keep it coming. I've got 2 big announcements. I'm going to be doing a product review for Glari saxophones. It's really cool. They're sending me an alto saxophone, and all I have to do is like make a video and play it, and like talk about it, and that's it. And then I get to keep it. That's really cool. So that'll be my first type of thing like that. And then I'm going to be doing I'm starting to do official, what's it called? Influencer stuff, right? So I'm going to be doing a thing for the coldest water bottles. You guys will be seeing it pretty soon. I'm really excited. So shout out to the coldest water bottles. I can't wait to have the coldest drinks here to be sharing with y'all and talking about. And so that's going to be happening really soon. Anybody else, if you have something you want me to promote, I'm really energetic and fun, and I'd love to help you. So shout out to anybody. You can check me out on my email. It's on my page. Or I'll just tell you, Matthew_Sax77 at Yahoo. S-A-X, not S-E-X. S-A-X is in sax. Matthew_Sax. All right. And moving on here, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. I am having a crazy special for online music lessons. Back to school special. No, seriously. $20 for a half-hour lesson that you get to record and keep on your computer. That's crazy cheap, dude. Look anywhere else at the prices. They're way higher than that. $20 for a half-hour music lesson that you record. I do voice. I do all forms of guitar. I do all forms of saxophone. I do all forms of clarinet. Okay? I do piano. I do all forms of ukulele. So whatever y'all want to do, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. And of course, I need you to help me, everybody on Patreon. If you're interested in these weekly bonus videos we've got coming out, my next one is going to be Evelyn Holland bonus content from Flowering Creativity. I'm so excited to be putting that together here for you in the next couple of days. Evelyn, shout out, keep an eye out for that. That's really exciting. I can't wait to do that. So if you want to watch that, you got to go to patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio and donate at least $1 per month. That's a quarter per video. Come on, that's so cheap. LiberaPay.com/Matthews Music. You can support the studio. It's a non-profit. That means they don't take nothing. So I get the highest percentage. That's a weekly donation. Please sign up at LiberaPay.com/Matthews Music to help the studio stay online and grow. Or you can buy me a coffee right now at BuyMeACoffee.com/Matthews Music. I need a coffee for tomorrow, for cold brew for in the morning, for when we do the sound again. You could be the one that helps me get that coffee.
Help him.
Yes. And of course, you can also tip me on Venmo at Matthews Music. Okay, y'all. Anything else you guys want to say before I tie the stream up and go to the chat?
That's it.
That's it?
Nope.
Right. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time on The Sound Live. Thank you.
Nice. See ya.
Yep.
Thank you. And the chat continues. It's time for chat time. It's time for chat time. It's time for chat time now. It's time for chat time now. It's time for chat time now. Wow, 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 wow. All right, everybody. I'm going to shout out to every chat and then close up. So thank you all for being here with me. Starting off with Dieterwan, Sitangagang. All right. Hey, Dieterwan, shout out. My name is Matthew, and your comment was Next Shallow, Lady Gaga arrangement by Alip Bata. We did that. It's on my page. All you got to do is search for it. And I told you that. That's one of my other channels here. My Game Civ 6 says it's already on their page, my friend. So all you got to do is search for it, and you can find it. In fact, I think there's 2 different ones, actually. One with Kyle reacting and one with Sarah reacting, because I liked it so much I shared it with her, too. Jennifer's music page says, hi! And Evelyn Holland says, what's up, guys? Next we have Ratno Suratno Monta Bre Nagopi Nagapa. Hey, how you doing? Shout out. Then we got Angang Sukarho. Yes, Matthew, this is Alip Bata's original composition. Continuing on, good guess, Mr. Kyle. Continuing on, Pagebluk is a Javanese word meaning plague. Some people translated it as calamity. This song expressed his concern to ongoing pandemic situation in Indonesia. New World Wellness. Yo, namaste. Hey, Craig, how you doing? Oh, man, I'd love to have you on the show, Craig. Please get in contact with me, and we'll see if we can get you on here, man. It'd be so much fun to have you be a guest on this show. I'd love to react to your pick, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on my pick. And, dude, you would totally be an awesome guest on this show. So please contact me. I miss you, man. Okay, Agung Sukarjo. He brought his original compositions more than covering in other people's songs because of copyright issues. Well, yeah. I mean, when you cover someone's song and then they block you, you put all this work into it, and then they're just like, you're just shutting it off. And you know, like it's heartbreaking. The blocking is heartbreaking. It really is. Okay, moving on. Agung again. He marked almost all of his original compositions because some bad people has stolen his pieces and monetized them. He doesn't care too much about the money. But if you don't claim the money for yourself, somebody else will. That's what I'm saying. It's messed up. It's like that. I hate that. It's not right. I'm not a capitalist. So, you know, I'm all about Alip being humble and, you know, and he can get paid for his work and still be humble, in my opinion, because he's that good. He earned it. You know, somebody else should not be stealing the money that he's earning from his playing. It's incredible. He should be, you know, getting some of it, and then he can do what he wants with it, right? Like I said, up to $1 million a month for anybody. That's my thing. Okay, moving on. New World Wellness. I want my superpower turning trash into trees. Oh, that would be really cool and helpful to the earth. That's so sweet, Craig, that you would say that. And New World Wellness again. Nice Floyd shirt. I love this shirt. I'm glad you noticed. Yep, I got some new shirts just for the channel. You know, because they look good on camera, and, you know, it helps me support some of my favorite bands. So, I appreciate that. Agung Sukarjo. Some people, including me, have assumption that someday he will become more professional. Well, exactly. He's moving up. He's moving up. And, you know, that's cool. He deserves it. All the way. Bengzema. Hi, all morning here. Hello. Bengzema. Monta Matthew. Hello. Thank you all. Please make sure you like this stream. We've been going for over 2.5 hours. And now we have a brand new thing here. El Bandito. Ghostermain. Forever. Please react to it. Yes, sir. The way the show works is that I will keep that in mind for a future show. Thank you so much for shouting out. I was just getting ready to finish anyway. We're going to be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for more live music reactions. And if you guys are looking for online music lessons, go to MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. You can sign up for online music lessons. I teach all kinds of different stuff. $20 for a half an hour music lesson. That's a special for back to school time. So cheap. Come on. You get to record the lesson and keep it. Also, patreon.com/MatthewsMusicLessonStudio for a bonus video every single week. LibrariPay.com/MatthewsMusic, the non-profit that you can support me weekly. BuyMeACoffee.com/MatthewsMusic. Buy me a coffee. Kopi mana kopi. A kopi mana kopi. Salam to all my Alipers. And, of course, Venmo at Matthews Music. You can send me a tip right now. And so, that's it. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll see you all next time on the sound